Hey, what's up? This is Mike from ZAM.com, and I am here with Torvi, the senior producer for EVE. And you guys have some stuff coming out this summer, I hear. What's going on with EVE this summer?
Well, as you know, EVE is a fairly kind of well-founded, rooted MMO game. We've been running for like 7 years, but EVE today is light years away from the EVE that it was like 7 years ago when it launched.
Right.
And right now we are developing our 13th expansion, called Tyrannis, which basically means tyrants, evil people that do horrible things to other people who are powerless to defend themselves. And in Tyrannis, the pod pilots of EVE are given the opportunity to meddle in the affairs of planets and interact with planets. So up until now, you as the protagonists of EVE, or like the players of EVE, have been roaming the heavens, like flying among the stars and fighting awesome battles and large fleet engagements and kind of fighting for power in the 7,500 solar systems in the EVE kind of universe. But up until now, the 65,000 planets that inhabit the universe have just been off limits to them, and there's just like pretty innocent people living on these planets. But unbeknownst to them, this summer we're going to allow you to actually meddle in their affairs. And so we're doing a feature which is based around kind of exploration and industry, where you can like scan down. We're looking for deposits on planets and scanning down the perfect planet and finding that perfect vein or that perfect resource and plunking down extractors and building mines, etc. And these could be any types of planets. It could be like kind of Mercury, like moon-like planets, or temperate worlds, not unlike Earth. Right. Really hostile worlds, lava, covered in lava, or gas giants, and you put down your little Bespin, your kind of Lando Calrissian outpost there and scan up stuff. And you've been scanning down, extracting stuff, and then manufacturing goods and then selling them on the open market. And of course the stuff that you sell and manufacture from these planets are things that are actually used by pod pilots in combat, in building up infrastructure within the game. Because EVE is this massive economic simulator as well. So it all kind of connects together.
So as far as like actual space, I mean, yeah, 7,500 you said is
right.
Different solar or systems
right.
You have. So how many more are you adding onto this, or are you just kind of adding the ability, like another layer now? So now all those 7,500 solar systems that exist are now actually accessible for gathering or for observing.
Exactly. We're more like deepening the game rather than broadening it in that sense. So it's the same solar systems, but now the planets are available to you. Up until now, it's only been the asteroid belts and the space stations. Now the planets are available to you. And at the same time, while deepening the game on that kind of front, we're also opening up a web portal into the game that's called EVE Gate, which will allow you to interact with the game when you are not in front of your computer that has your client. Maybe at school, or work, or like we're gonna alt tap into the game. So you're gonna be able to log into the game and like check your email, look at your calendar, plan events with your friends, and like
maybe do a little bit of e-commerce or something like that.
Well, in this particular expansion, you will not be able to manipulate the market, but that is our end goal. Because we think the EVE universe is bigger than just the downloadable client. It's like this single shard, massively vibrant, mature economy of like 300,000 people all interacting, like, because there's no sharding, of course. It's just one massive world, and we're just kind of giving you another portal into that game. And also, as it mentioned, the Tyrannis, the planetary interaction feature, is our first stepping stone towards building a connection to the upcoming console title Dust 514. So Dust 514 will be a console game that's set in the EVE universe, but it's not going to be like cut off and sharded from EVE, but you're actually in the same world. But in Dust 514, you're playing mercenaries down on planets, shooting people in the face. It's totally different from the large-scale tactical, strategic kind of fleet battle scenario of EVE. But we didn't want to just have that as a different game and a different server and no causality between them. So these games are actually going to connect, and they're going to connect through the planets. So that the Dust mercenaries are actually going to be fighting on the exact same planets that you're interacting now within Tyrannis. that's coming out this summer. But Dust is not coming out this summer. But this is kind of how we have developed things. CCP, we've developed things over the years. We introduce something and we introduce something new and iterate and iterate and iterate, and we built up this kind of architectural runway of awesomeness.
Okay. So Tyrannis is going to be bringing the new layer, the new layer for going into the actual planets and scanning them and everything.
Yeah.
As well as the web portal, right? And what else do we have?
Well, that's kind of the core. That's the core.
That's just a taste, right? That's a taste of what's coming up next, right?
Right. But as always, when we do expansions, we're doing massive optimizations to our the fleet combat. We are doing massive optimizations in our network layer. We're doing polishing all over the place, fixing defects, balancing weapons, etc. EVE is a massive game. It's and the game systems in it and the things that you can do and the opportunities that are just endless. So there's a lot of like little things as well that we're fixing and tuning and trying to make better for our players.
Perfect. You guys have 13 expansions, so I'm pretty sure you guys probably know what you're doing by now, right?
I hope so.
All right, so thank you very much for your time.
No, thanks.